This movie, Infernal Affairs 3, pretty much does everything I hate. Alright, hate's a strong word, but it does a lot of things I really, really don't like. But let's get into it. It's directed by Andrew Lau and Alan Mack. They did the previous two, also written by Felix Chong and Alan Mack. They also wrote the previous two. It features actors from the previous two movies, as well as new characters. And this one is a direct follow-on from the first movie. So this is the one I wanted the last fucking time. An actual sequel. Now, at the end of the first movie, Lau, the lead detective, he is the last man standing, isn't he? So, this movie follows on from that. And that's what I thought it was going to be. It's going to be from the end of number one, where he kills the undercover policeman and he gets away pretty much scot-free. And then here we are, the continuation. And what they set up at the start, I really like. They kind of set up this cat and mouse thing where there's these other moles, there's this other guy hunting the moles, and you know, there might be information there that has Lau involved in all this. So Lau is going hunting for all these kinds of things, and it sets up this interesting cat and mouse kind of thing, full of murder and intrigue and stuff. And does it give me some of that? Yes. Unfortunately, that is like the smallest part of the freaking movie, and the majority of it is told prequel fashion or in flashbacks. Most of this movie is freaking flashbacks, except the flashbacks most of the time take place after the first movie. So, the lead actor who plays Lau, his name is Andy Lau, he's barely in the movie, I felt, for huge portions of this flick. Definitely wasn't in it enough. Or if he was in it, it wasn't what I wanted. It was him having a flashback instead of what I really wanted was the continuation of the story. All the flashbacks seemed designed to just shoehorn in actors from all the previous movies. I couldn't stand it. Rather than get something new, it just feels kind of, well, recycled. None of the twists make me really feel anything. Good portions of this movie are set in flashback, and it's all about the friggin' shrink sessions that the dead cop used to have with the shrink. And we have to watch like countless minutes of these fucking shrink sessions for some reason. Why? And then Lau starts having them too, and then you've got these scenes where, oh, it's got both of them on the couch and they're having similar kind of conversations with the character or with the shrink and stuff. And I'm like, cut these entire scenes out. This is, alright, this also has what I would call the Lord of the Rings effect, which is where you're watching a movie that should have ended at like half an hour before it ends, which is like the third Lord of the Rings movie, you know, with the multiple endings. This is this movie. It should have ended at least 20 or 30 minutes sooner. It just kept going and going and going and boring. Oh, it's so boring. I don't like flashbacks. I can handle them if they're done well. They weren't done well. Most of the movie is these kinds of flashbacks, and I was only interested in a small portion of the movie, which I felt continued the story in a fun and interesting way. But the rest of the story has to catch up. So it has to be told in flashbacks or in a prequel setting and built up to introduce all these new characters and things like that. It's clumsily done. I didn't like it. And it's the worst one of the trilogy. Just watch Infernal Affairs 1. Don't watch the sequels. Don't. 3 out of 10. Yep, it was awful. It was awful and less believable. Like, the first one was short and tight, captured lightning in a bottle. The second one was a prequel that tried to do similar things to the first one, but it just didn't work because it's a prequel and thus more predictable. And the third one just mixes prequel, flashback, and continuation all in one. So I never felt like I got what I wanted from a sequel, ever. Yeah, so just watch the first one. Give me a like, dislike, share, and subscribe. I don't want to talk about these movies anymore. Yeah.